So, after re-witnessing the chilling brownie video and the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case, where Gypsy Rose eerily mentions her boyfriend who has just taken the life of her mother as he's indulging in brownies before giggling to the camera and says he is eating brownies, but later he will be eating me. And a very, I don't know, campy voice. Well, as campy as squeaky Gypsy Rose's voice can get, anyway. I don't know. I couldn't help but ponder the sex pot nature of Gypsy's mother, the vampy Claudine Dee Dee Blanchard. I mean, if you've seen any of her younger photos, you will know what I'm saying. Tonight, let's delve into Dee Dee's past and explore some of her old photos and videos. And let's dive into the taxi cab and hotel footage of Gypsy Rose and Nick Godejohn on the fateful brownie night that Dee Dee with Dee Dee Blanchard met her tragic end on this episode of Parawomen Radio. While I wait for everyone to roll in, I'm going to roll some credits. Special shout out to my replay crew and to my dragonflies. You made it. It's Gypsy Rose Freaky Friday, babies. Guys, welcome to Parawomen Radio. I'm Amy.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of sin and you. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you. Here in the blue, I'm dancing with you tonight, and it feels fine. Carefully strumming this old guitar again, words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings, I would steal them and fly away with you for a while. Here in the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that day.
I can never miss my cue because I know that I'm going to be here every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, talking to you probably about the Gypsy Rose case, maybe about the Watts. So we all know Dee Dee Blanchard, kind of like the photo that you let me make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yeah, kind of like the photo that you're seeing in front of me. this is basically what she looked like when she passed away, but Dee Dee went through like quite a metamorphosis in the last few years of her life, I must say. We know her as this Dee Dee. It's this Dee Dee. And this is where Gypsy Rose is an adult being wheeled out on stage for this event. But this is sort of how Dee Dee is known in a lot of the news footage, because this is a very popular event.
I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. They come to you and me in our darkest hour.
Ugh. And we know her as this Dee Dee, a little bit younger here. This was when they got the house.
It's Mayberry. We're moving to Mayberry.
It didn't take a lot to convince Dee Dee and her daughter Gypsy Rose to make a new home in Aurora. They already knew it was meant to be.
It is the perfect town, the perfect place. I think it was a blessing in disguise. It took something like a hurricane to make us have a happy ending.
Dee Dee was happy enough just having medical care for Gypsy. She says she never expected this.
It's amazing. It's amazing, the outpouring of love and support.
Dr. Janet Jordan met Dee Dee and Gypsy while on a mission trip to the hurricane-ravaged areas. She says she knew right away she'd see them again.
They're like lost souls who were meant to have been born and raised in Aurora.
After arranging a helicopter ride from Louisiana to St. John's Hospital, the process began to find them a permanent home. It turns out St. John's already owned this house, and with the help of local donations, it was turned into a home.
I think that's just kind of what we're all about. You know, we're all about.
So we know Dee Dee as all of these Dee Dees, and Dee Dee was also a very sexy Dee Dee. I wanted to show you some of these photos that I have found. Actually, Chris C helped me find quite a few of these. Chris C is one of my wrenches, and Heavenly is my other beautiful wrench, and I couldn't do what I do without these two lovely ladies. So thank you so much to the both of you. Chris C helped me quite a bit with getting this footage, and I just want to give shout outs to my Chris C.
Dee Dee, I understand if you're sick, if you don't feel good, could you please call me back, or at least pick up the phone and let me know that everything's okay.
Wash this away. This wound is too deep to heal now. But don't worry about me. I'll paint on my smile. This world is too shallow to drown me. There is the moon.
Yes, people in the area are very undereducated and their skill.
Orange glow, smiling at me,
And just not savvy in the ways that some people are, but they're savvy in other ways.
that old comfort I know keeps calling. I wish that the night would swallow this day, and the clouds wouldn't steal the moon from me. starts to fall and the moon fades away. This wound is too deep to heal now. Where is the moon hanging low? Is that wonderful orange glow smiling at me straight through the rain? That old comfort I know keeps calling me. There is the moon hanging low. I see that wonderful orange glow smiling at me straight through the rain. That old comfort I know keeps calling me.
So, do I think Dee Dee was a perfect saint? No. Do I think that Dee Dee did unlawful things? Yeah. Do I think that she deserved to die for it? No. And yeah, where she comes from, it's a very uneducated, just kind of an easygoing, get along kind of person, you know, sorry, lifestyle. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the family is a grifting family. But also, just before I came live, I was listening a little bit to what was being said, and apparently Rod's family, his dad has been arrested for stealing, and I don't know, this is all allegedly, this is just what I heard. I'll urge you to go out and do your own research. This was coming from the aunt, Gypsy's aunt, saying that Rod's family is a grifting family as well, and that Dee Dee said to her family that she didn't actually start grifting until she met Rod. So take that for what it is. We're going to watch that in a little bit. Okay, so let's keep going. So I have the question in my mind when I was doing all of this was, if Gypsy was so terrified of her, was Dee Dee's whole family terrified of her? And I was asked in this Reddit, and the person says, after revisiting the HBO documentary and watching some of the Lifetime documentary, a lot of my initial questions still remain. One thing that really stands out to me, though, is that as weird and as messed up as Dee Dee's side of the family might be, they all seem to know that Dee Dee was dangerous and mentally unstable, yet no one really did anything to try to stop her and protect Gypsy. Not even Rod. I know he was a teenager and didn't really know any better, but it's still kind of shocking to me, the lack of digging he did to find out what was happening. It's amazing to me how he just always took Dee Dee's word for it. I mean, the lady is known fraudster and was purported to have poisoned her stepmom. Did no one ever think her behavior with Gypsy is strange? Even her criminal history? Maybe something more sinister is going on. I don't know. I know the family was troubled long before Gypsy was even born, so it may be asking a lot for them to be vigilant about abuse when Claude is committing abuse himself. It just seems to me like they were pretty wild cracks, and they might have been closed had someone just stood up to Dee Dee. Or was it all Dee Dee? Maybe it wasn't all Dee Dee. Maybe if the narrative Gypsy's selling us isn't true, maybe the narrative that other people are selling us isn't true. What do you guys think? This person says, dude, yes. And like, I think Claude may have been aware of the abuse, but since he was abusing Gypsy and probably abused Dee Dee and or siblings in the past, he didn't say anything. But here's the thing. People are saying that Dee Dee never told anybody that she was abused. Gypsy's the only one that knows this. I never like to question anybody about being abused in the S manner or any manner. But Gypsy lies about everything. Shouldn't we question this too? And I have to say, Claude's answer when asked about this was, well, she touched me. No, she touched me. But if we know about anything about and this is just me thinking in my mind about the microcephaly, and it caused hypersexuality, and Claude not being very sophisticated. Is this the only way he knew how to answer? Because was she? I mean, this is just horrible to think. I just hate that. I hate the avenues and the roads this case takes me. But what do you think about all of that? It's going to be talked about in this live that we're going to watch in just a little bit. When the family is asked about what do they think about it? They don't think it happened.
I'm thinking, oh my God, my aunt's dead. Because I think,
Hold on a second. Let me get it back.
I was like, who did Dee Dee piss off now? You know, what kind of shit did Dee Dee get into? I wasn't thinking, oh my God, my aunt's dead. Because I figured that one day she pissed off somebody to that point, you know. And I actually did think that it'd probably be Gypsy, you know. And whenever we later got the word that Gypsy was fine and she was by her boyfriend's house, we were like, she killed her mom. She finally did. She couldn't take it anymore, you know. She finally just said, fuck it all. This bitch.
Faking Gypsy's illnesses wasn't the only thing Dee Dee did in her life. She had a long history of stealing, frauding, and even abusing her mother. Most of Dee Dee's family believe she got what was coming to her. They even flushed her ashes down the toilet.
Now, in the interview, the aunt says no, they didn't flush the ashes down the toilet. In fact, that would be illegal to do something like that. It would be I think she could be arrested federally or something like that. So no, she didn't. They didn't have the ashes flushed down the toilet. One of the siblings or somebody has the ashes. So that, in fact, didn't happen. And it didn't even cross it didn't dawn on me that that would be like something illegal to do. Like, you can't flush somebody's ashes. I didn't even think about that. How silly. So why don't I just stop talking about this live and let's just go in and watch it. This is over on, I found it over on Conspiracy Tea. As always with everything, I usually don't read everything in its entirety, and or we everything that we watch, I stop and start or I talk over it, and I must do this for fair play use, but I will put the link to everything that we view in this live down in the description, and you can go and view it when you get the chance. What are you guys thinking before I start this? What do you guys think? Do you think that Dee Dee as horrible as Gypsy says it is? She is? Or do you think that she's somewhere in the middle? Flushing human remains would be such a mess. Michigan doesn't have a lot of laws around scattering other than the lakes. Yeah. I don't know. She just said, the aunt just says in this live that flushing in Louisiana is a federal offense or something. I think they hated each other. Gypsy hated Dee Dee. Oops. You would have to have some kind of hate in your heart to do what she did, I would think. No soul, no personality, no nada. Dee Dee got her justice. Look how she lived and died. Morals, stop enabling the victim. No one is innocent in this story. I wouldn't say Dee Dee got her justice. Actually, I wouldn't say Dee Dee. Well, does that mean Dee Dee got her justice as in what came to her? Or does that mean that at first when I started reading it, I was thinking that you were going to say that Dee Dee just got some kind of justice, like universal justice, but I don't think that's what you mean. Rod was arrested many times. Yeah, he was. In fact, the aunt, I think, shares something about he was arrested the night of their wedding, Dee Dee and Rod's. Hi, Jedica. How are you doing, honey? Bobby is in it for the money. Oh, and by the way, that was the wrong clip that I showed you. I meant to show the one where they were talking about how they didn't believe that Claude molested either Dee Dee or Gypsy. Bobby is in it for the money and has connections with Christy. Bobby loves the spotlight. Well, he's got a tattoo parlor. I'm sure it's helped his tattoo parlor quite a bit. Or he does tattoos. I don't know if he owns the parlor. I don't know the ins and outs to all that. Got her karma, maybe. What did Heavenly say? Everyone's agreeing with Heavenly. Worried about yes, especially if it's a girl. I'm terrified. I think everybody has forgotten about what Gypsy and Nick agreed to do to their baby. And that's just the text that we saw. So, okay, let's get into this. Before I do, I forgot to do our algorithm dance party. So if we could just start warming up our fingers and dancing them up to the hearts and thumbs up button, helps us go out into the algorithm party out there, bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out, and it's really, really appreciated. We're coming to you today on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hi, everyone. Okay, let me get this going. So this is Dee Dee Blanchard's sister, Claudia, Dee Dee Blanchard's sister, Claudia, has friends speak on live. I don't know what that means, but I think this means her sister Claudia is on this live. I feel like maybe I am not speaking the right language tonight. Have you ever, like, when my brain is kind of like going through it, I just feel like I am just like off, speaking a different language, in a different time space continuum. I don't know. When she first joined the live, she said Dee Dee's family was not going to sue Gypsy for fear of retaliation, since Gypsy accused her grandfather of SA.
They miss their sister. No matter what anyone says,
So
they
from what
miss
I
her.
can tell, this is well, this is conspiracy. It looks like there's somebody named Dave, Baby Girl, Jox, Katie Joy, and Jen, I don't know what it cuts off. So, and this is over on, what's her name? Ivory Rose? What's her name? I can't remember. I know that she's like, I heard someone say that it's a bunch of nurses over on her channel talking about the case.
They did not get closure. They didn't get to see, they didn't even really know if it was really their sister or not. And so I'm like, well, I have crime scene photos. And she said, can you send me one? I said, I will send you the least traumatic one there is. And so I did. And she said, yeah, that's my sister. So I know that who I have on my mantle is her.
I'm so sorry you had to do that.
And just so you know, she sneaks in and Claudia herself sneaks in and watches your live all the time.
Oh, thank you. Tell her I appreciate it. And again, if you guys need anything, if there's anything that I can do for you guys, please let me know.
I sure will let her know. And as up for Christy, her most famous line, that's all lies. Oh yeah, I can message her too, because you know, I became friends with Claudia and Christy back in 2015, day one. And it's always all lies with Christy. I could send her a message and say, hey, so I hear, you know, Gypsy's done this or Gypsy's, that's all lies. Yeah, right. She's the biggest liar there is out there.
Can I ask you a question?
Petrie is amazing. And she'll tell you how it is. Claudia's go ahead.
I really can't speak to those videos. What's normal, because I've never seen these videos and neither has anyone else that's talking about them. I'm only able to speak to what I have seen and heard. And so if you ever want to shoot those my way, go right ahead. Parawomenradio@gmail.com. What's Normal says, I've seen vids. Family didn't want much to do with Dee, unstable, frightened for their lives. None of them are saying that, though. Well, at least this lady's not saying that.
Ask you a question. Why does Gypsy think she's going to be sued by them?
That I have no idea.
They like really think she's going to be sued.
I have no idea, but they've been hiding that money and trust in Christy, Rod, and Mia's name since day one when they started getting paid for all of them interviews.
Oh wow,
I believe that.
They know you guys can sue, and they literally, you can tell Claudia. Christy said she's too stupid to do it. That's what she said. They're too stupid to sue us.
I understand that because he's so old and it's not something I want to do now, but I would
I'm not really sure if the family should be taking legal advice from YouTuber and TikTokers, though, and especially from a YouTuber that likes, like, she's in so many lawsuits. My heart would just stop if I had to go through all that, I think. I don't know. Or maybe you get used to it the more it happens, but I don't think they should. If the family doesn't want to go into a lawsuit, then, you know, and it also makes me think that if the family doesn't want to go into the lawsuit, do they think that Claude did something and they're afraid he's going to be going to prison for it? Like, why aren't they doing it? They say it's because Claude's so old.
Definitely keep that in your back pocket.
Oh, most
I told them, I also told her she better not accuse someone that's still alive of SA if he didn't do it.
Yeah, he didn't do it. So, you know, and this is what he explained to Claudia and Delora. He said, you know, when little kids, they come running up to you and hand out and they put hands where they shouldn't be. He said, that's what Gypsy was doing. And I told her, no, don't do that. So that's what he was truly meaning.
That's what I just said. Or I don't know. Maybe he had time to think, because it just seems so icky to me, because listen, if Gypsy Rose is lying about the essay, I think above everything else that will help her burn in hell if she's lying about that. Yeah.
The three of them was in the bathtub. Claudia says, you know what? I'm going to send you a picture of this bathtub. It's too small for 3 people to fit in. The closet there, she said, 1 person can barely fit in there. So where did this happen? Because it didn't.
Yeah.
But if you notice, that's the only time Gypsy's really mentioned that.
Is that the only thing?
It is interesting too, but also, have you noticed how tiny the Petries are? When I was looking at Gypsy's baby photo and then DeeDee's baby photo, and they're like short. They're DeeDee's, Gypsy, like how does it have how tall DeeDee was in her Wikipedia? Does Wikipedia list how tall you are? I don't know. Does it? Seems like it should. If it doesn't, I want stats. But I know, like, I saw somewhere that Gypsy is like 4'11", so I'm sure. And in looking at the photos, we never saw them standing side by side, of course. But I mean, one didn't look huge. DeeDee didn't look really above 5 foot, so there's that.
That's keeping the family from suing her? Is it they're in fear that she would retaliate at the grandfather?
Yes, it is. Now, he's old. He's almost 86. And, we know he's not going to be here forever. And the moment he passes away, guess what? It's going to happen.
I just don't think she would even, he's 86. What could she do? Really, what could she do? She's already said what she has to say. That's not like they're going to press charges or investigate him. I think I would hit it while it's hot.
Just be very careful because there's statute of limitations on these types of cases, and you can't wait forever. Even if the family deserves to have this money, and they absolutely deserve to bankrupt her, and Gypsy deserves to be in prison, and someone needs to be fighting for Dee Dee.
Yes,
exactly. And a little tidbit of information here: Mr. Rod Blanchard, the night that him and Dee Dee got married, Claude Jr. had to go get him out of jail.
No, why?
Oh, for what?
Drunken incident, that sort of thing, being drunk and stupid.
Gotcha.
Jeez. Poor Dee Dee.
And according to Claudia, Dee Dee did not start conning and scamming until she met Rod.
Oh.
Wow.
Dee Dee was a spoiled little princess. Dee Dee, if Dee Dee didn't want to go outside and go play, she wasn't made to go outside and go play. If mommy went and laid down to take a nap, Dee Dee was going with her mama. She was a mama's girl. Dee Dee had a heart of gold. And she loved everybody.
Someone told me that it was actually Christy that planted the idea in Dee Dee's head to do the con.
Oh.
Claudia hadn't told me that, but she said it's when she met Rod when she started doing it. And
somebody knew.
Okay, where is Morbid when we need him? We need him to be controlling this poor audio situation here. Oh, the one thing that can drive me from a video is too much going on in the audio. I will say that.
Their background, there's a lot of background noise.
Well, isn't Rod's dad a criminal? He's a thief. He's been arrested for burglary and robbery.
That's what I've heard. But as for Mr. Dave, we all love you. We're here for your family. And I have been in the governor's ear. I've been in Parole's ear. I've been
looking for a spoon or something. What's going on? Are they in the spoon drawer? That's what it sounds like. Or maybe like the junk drawer.
On the phone all week with them. And I'm waiting for more calls.
Is anyone from the family contacting? Is anyone from the Petrie side contacting the parole board about Gypsy?
Claudia has not said. They want nothing to do with her, though.
Yes.
Wow. I really hate to see them wait because I'd hate for them to miss their window. And the only way you're going to hurt or get any kind of restitution from her is if you do it now, because that's what's going to hurt her. If you hit her in the pocketbook, she doesn't care about anything else in this world besides money and things.
That's right. That's all she cares about.
Yep. And I think you don't realize that you have more supporters.
Opinion, she's not a monster. Dee Dee was not a monster. She wasn't perfect. She was far from perfect, and she probably deserves to be in prison. If she were allowed to be alive, but that's where both of them, like Gypsy deserves to be in prison right now. She should not be out, but she's out. and she's doing all this BS. And all we can do is spread awareness here. So the only monster in this story, in my opinion, is Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Than you do, because there's a lot of us that are figuring out, what's happened here and the truth, and that, Dee Dee, I don't think was this monster that Gypsy's made her out to be. And it's slowly but surely, and we're going to continue to bring this to the forefront, to people's attention, because we really believe, that
it was all fabricated, made up.
Yeah, that she may. I mean, no, I'm not saying that she didn't, linger and do her thing. And, like her friend said, if the kids needed pizzas, she'd figure out a way to get them free pizzas or this or that. Yep. And I'm not saying she didn't scam organizations to make Gypsy happy. But I do believe that most of it was probably done with a good heart. And she was an overprotective mother. But I do believe that she was manipulated by Gypsy. And I think the abuse probably went the other way. And, that Gypsy may have been obviously she thought she was going to pew her 10 times with a shotgun, and it happened to be a BB gun. I mean, I just want you to know that I think your family has a lot more supporters than you realize, and that, we're here if there's anything
we can do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I will definitely let them know. And as to Mom of Girls 041578, Claudia does have Dee Dee's ashes.
Yeah.
That's good. So I'm glad, because to think that somebody had flushed them down the toilet was horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible, and it was the wrong thing for Dad to say. But it was like, well, I don't want him.
I'm surprised nobody came out and said no, that's illegal. Like, I don't know, it didn't cross my mind.
You can just flush them if you want.
It's illegal with a body. You can't do anything. You can't even hardly. I don't think it's even legal to sprinkle the ashes anywhere. I don't know.
He really didn't mean seriously flush them. I mean, that would be a felony charge in its own.
Right.
Because you can't dispose of ashes in that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, as far as like with the family's participation and like or not participating in certain stuff, is that because they don't want to be associated with Gypsy?
Yep. They don't want the limelight. They don't want to be associated with her. They love her. Claudia is actually Gypsy's godmother. And so, she calls her Possum. That she does.
Mm-hmm.
That was her nickname for her. And she's like, I'm done. I'm done. I just, she wants to send us these random texts, but, she has not tried to come and talk to us, explain her side to us, nothing.
I can tell you something that happened. She went out with some of the nieces or some of the girls that are like her cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And she got mad at them because she went out with them one night and it was great to reunite with the Petrie family. And then they turned on her and went to the tabloids. That's how she thinks of.
I really thought this was going to be a story, like a good story, but that's it. That's the story.
People
I feel like we should go, boom.
I wouldn't even try to reconcile with her at all. I think the whole Petrie family should just stay the hell away from her.
Exactly.
And sue her. Seriously, sue her. Someone needs to stop her and give her consequences. I told Chrissy they're going to sue you. And she said they're too stupid. Prove to Christy that you're not too stupid.
Right. I agree.
But I also understand wanting to let, what is his name, Claude?
Uh-huh.
Have a peaceful, he's getting older, he's getting up there and living out the rest of his life. So I also
he's got millions of people feeling like he's a pedophile, though.
Yeah, she made him out to be a pedophile.
That's a good point there, because if anyone ever said I was one of those, I would come unfreaking glued and prove everything in my no. And that would be probably one of the few things that I would sue somebody for, because I can't think of anybody. Would you tell a story like that?
It kind of brings it all up to, I understand that. I just understand that.
I would want to clear, if it were my daddy, I'd clear his name. And that way, when he left this earth, he knew that people didn't feel that way about him. I don't know. if I could let my daddy leave this earth with the world thinking that he was a pedophile. You know what I mean? Like to put that on somebody, her mother, it's
my mom married a horrible, horrible man. And the reason what I'm dealing with, he once, I don't know, I'm not going to say it, but no, I just don't know how anybody, I don't know. I couldn't let anybody I loved have that be said about them. Am I just like over responsive to this type of thing, or what? Where are you guys at with this?
It's her mother, it's her grandfather, it's her this. When is enough?
Her making a game of everything, I think that would have been fun. And in these videos that I'm going to take us out with, you can tell that kids liked Dee Dee, because in the photos, the kids are flocked around Dee Dee, or Dee Dee's standing around the kids. She had a young soul. She doesn't deserve to be gone off this planet. What her daughter did to her was wrong. We won't come on here and, I know she did a live, and we're not going to come on here and talk about Gypsy doing her makeup, because I don't give enough. I don't give a fuck about her makeup. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't want to see her become an influencer, and I don't care. I don't care about her hair and makeup. Although I hate to say that, because I'm a hair and makeup girl. I do skincare and suspects, for darn sake. Ugh. She makes me mad. Yes, justice for Dee Dee and justice for Nick. Tell me what you want me to do the next live on the Gypsy Rose case. What area of the case you want me to dig into? Put in the comments for me so I know what you are wanting me to do next. I'm going to go. Let me see what you guys are saying. Tell Amy I'll be back. You lovelies be safe. Have a wonderful weekend. I just saw it, and I will be waiting for you to come back. I'll be waiting for all of you guys to come back. Why did she not know about IP address? I don't know, being traced. I think that was back in the day when you were just starting to learn about all the back end stuff that could be done with the internet and with computers and all that. I don't know. Either that or she's stupid. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to take us out with the little series of Dee Dee videos way back when and up until the very last moment. Not just kidding. I didn't put any of those in there. The way back when machine, when Dee Dee was alive and young and vibrant and youthful and living her best life. If nobody's told you this, and even if they have, I'm telling you this. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Dee Dee, I understand if you're sick, if you don't feel good, could you please call me back, or at least pick up the phone and let me know that everything's okay.
Wash this away. This wound is too deep to heal now. But don't worry about me. I'll paint on my smile. This world is too shallow to drown me. There is the moon hanging low. I see that wonderful orange glow smiling at me straight through the rain. That old comfort keeps calling. I wish that the night would swallow this day, and the clouds wouldn't steal the moon from me. But the rain starts to fall, and the moon fades away. This wound is too deep to heal now. Where is the moon hanging low? I miss that wonderful orange glow, smiling at me straight through the rain. That old comfort I know keeps calling me. There is the moon hanging low. I see that wonderful orange glow, smiling at me straight through the rain. That old comfort I know keeps calling me. As the wind comes to play, I shall hang from the trees by the feet of a crow, and I will blow a kiss to you. I will blow a kiss to you, and I will whisper to the moon and to the stars and the clouds, and you'll know that the moon can't forgive, and the stars, they just know, and the clouds melt away like the snow, like the snow.
Hi guys, welcome to Parawomenradio. I'm Amy.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of sin and you. Here in the blue strumming this old guitar again. Words rolling out